Why do you prefer to speak in such an environment that you chose for yourself?
It makes me think my ears are much bigger, and so I can hear much more with these antennas coming out of my ears. I also think that if I move these out, I can even speak more. If I move them tighter, you can't hear me what I'm saying to you. Okay? So that's why I think this is perfect for me.
Okay. Why we are here is that earlier we started this discussion on what you liked on documenta and what you didn't like. So I would just like to ask you to repeat this for
sure.
For the blog.
Well, let me say first, I have trouble with a show like Documenta. I have trouble with, the large international art festivals now. I think they are so extraordinarily overblown and so extraordinarily filled that it detracts from the piece of art. Very, very few people can really experience the art at Documenta. What they do, I think they maybe hear about an artist beforehand and they search out that piece if they can find it. So I think that the international art festivals have become much more of a marketing tool for Kassel, for Münster, for Basel. With that said, there were some pieces here which I really liked. The one which sticks in my mind the most is I think he's an Arab artist, Ronald Hazoumi. And I don't recall the title of the piece, but it was a very, very long boat, maybe 20 meters long, 20 meters long, and heavily encrusted with the decays of civilization. And it was dark, and I don't know if it would even hold water. And in back of it was a photo mural. Very, very long photo murals were also maybe 20 meters long. And the photo mural was of a white sandy beach, palm trees, beautiful water coming up onto the beach, and a group of people, a group of men standing there. And there was something about that piece, that destruction of both the natural environment, destruction of life, the necessity to take action, to do something. And that was, I think, the metaphor of that boat. That boat was really there to sort of do something with. And here was the group on this elegant sandy beach watching. And I don't know what else they were doing. So that piece was something which I really responded to. Then there was a couple of pieces which I couldn't stand. Okay? You can click this off whenever you... and those were the very, very formal pieces. Simply an investigation into shape and form. And then there's an enormously heady theoretical construct which goes around that. And I find that absolutely antithetical to art making. That here is the piece of art, but the piece of art does not stand alone. There's no narrative to it. It's simply an engagement with form. And to make that form meaningful, we have to have text written about it. And I find that actually makes me angry. Because I feel that art should, if the art visually needs to communicate. I have this discussion here with people since I've been at Documenta. And that one of the things I find is that we live in a literate culture, which means words are our primary form of communication. And so nobody, even, and here it's almost impossible because there's so much of it, but people do not give the same amount of time to the visual experience as they do to the written experience. And I find that really bothersome. I mean, I think it might have been Aldous Huxley who talked about, that we only train the conceptual faculties. We never, ever train the perceptual faculties. You don't learn how to see when you're a child. You think, well, I open up my eyes and I see. I ask my students sometimes, just tell me what you see in front of me. Do not tell me what you feel. don't tell me what you think. Tell me what you see. And they say, well, I feel. No, no, no. I see. What do you see? And that, I think, is one of the problems about the international art festivals. And Documenta, because it's one of the oldest ones, is guilty of that. I mean, take a look at the enormous amount of text that has to be used to explain what I'm seeing. I mean, I know I'm a sophisticated artist, but even if I don't want someone to tell me what I'm looking at, let me come there first. Don't explain it to me. So what else do you want to know?